What's up, my know-it-alls? It's that time again. We're talking about Ant-Man and the Wasp, specifically the second movie. Why? Because we are getting ready. We're excited for Ant-Man Quantumania. Let's go. I can't wait. It's going to be such a good movie. I can't wait to talk to you guys more about it after I've seen it. This is one of those times I wasn't able to get any, none of my friends had any sneak peek releases or any of that stuff that I was able to get my hands on. So I got to go like everybody else does and go to the movies to see it too. So I'm ready, man. Anyway. All right. So let's get into it. In honor of that new movie, we're going to look at Ant-Man and the Wasp, which is Ant-Man 2, Ant-Man and the Wasp. And let's get into it. Ant-Man and the Wasp is a 2018 superhero film set in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. The movie is a sequel to Ant-Man, that's a 2015 movie, and takes place after the events of Captain America Civil War. The film follows Scott Lang, played by Paul Rudd again, as he balances his responsibilities as a father and a superhero while under house arrest. Meanwhile, Hank Pym, again reprised by Michael Douglas, and his daughter, Hope van Dyne, played by Evangeline Lilly, are on a mission to rescue Hank's wife, Janet, played by Michelle Pfeiffer, who's been lost in the quantum realm for decades. As Scott and the Pyms work together to complete their mission, they encounter a new villain, Ghost, played by John-Kamen, who's after Hank's technology for her own purposes. Along the way, they also discover the truth about Janet's fate and the consequences of their actions in the quantum realm. The film is filled with action, humor, and heart as Scott and Hope work together as Ant-Man and the Wasp to save Janet and stop Ghost. The film also features a number of exciting and visually stunning sequences as well as memorable performances from the cast, particularly Paul Rudd and Evangeline Lilly. All true. Everything I've said there is true. So, I am really thrilled and very excited to be talking about this movie. Is it a fantastic sequel? I'm going to say no. But I like everything it's doing because it knows where it exists in time. What do I mean by that? Coming right on the heels of Captain America Civil War, we've seen the big giant team up. We saw the big airport fight scene running at each other. And who was there conspicuously? Ant-Man. Who did we get to also see in the same movie? Giant Man. Big fan. Big fan of Giant Man. 6'7". Come on, guys. I got to be a fan of a giant somewhere. But anyway, having Scott have to deal with the fallout of Civil War is just as interesting, in my opinion, as a lot of us now who are looking at the fallout after Endgame in terms of the whole 5-year blip and whatnot. But yeah, man, in universe, you sit here and you go, so they're in a universe with the Sokovia Accords. They're in a universe where right now they're all fugitives except for Scott. Scott's on house arrest. And I mean, but that immediately made me think, oh, well, Hawkeye is not a fugitive, but Hawkeye is he's got to be on some kind of house arrest. Everybody who is arrested has got to be dealing with the aftermath sort of those events. And so yeah, but then we meet up because Scott has a moment. Oh my gosh, you get to meet Jimmy Woo. Jimmy is the FBI guy. He's so great. Oh, he's so great. I love that actor. I love that performer. It is beyond words hilarious. And hilarity ensues at all times. But yeah, man, it's one of those things where I was really amazed by all the various characters. Randall Park plays Jimmy Woo. Sorry, I was looking for Randall Park's name real quick. Everybody's so much fun in this thing. I did feel like the story of Ghost was sort of shoehorned in. I'm okay with it. It gave you an antagonist, but we had one too many antagonists. We had the cartoon villain, which was Walton Goggins' Sonny. You have of course, you have John-Kamen, the Ghost character, but at the same time, I felt like you almost didn't need Walton Goggins' character. I don't think so. My thought would have been either go with Ghost and fully commit, because the problem is the movie feels like it's splitting itself down two lanes. And I don't know if that was poor writing or bad writing or what's going on. Remember, mostly, Mr. Know-It-All here, we talk about episodic serialized things. We also talk about movies and stuff, but for the most part, I look at everything like a show. The MCU is a giant TV show. And so in this series, the Ant-Man episodes, if you will, this felt like they smushed them together. Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of the way that happened, because I felt like, Walt Goggins' character's not developed enough, and Ghost and Laurence Fishburne's character, Bill Foster, I believe, Bill Fisher, hang on, scroll through this. Bill Foster, okay? I feel like those characters, there's too much Bill Foster story and not enough Walt Goggins' Sonny story. But Walt Goggins should have been a character who came and went quickly. I feel like the times we spend with him, we spend way too much time with him in terms of there's little to no value. There's a running gag about truth serum. They try their best to kind of grab the magic in a bottle of Michael Peña's little rant where he's like, oh yeah, let me tell you what's going on, this and that. And they do this whole thing with the truth serum, not truth serum, whatever. And so, but again, all of it felt like a long way to go for the joke. I would have probably preferred much more intensity in the Ghost storyline. Give us why that happened. Did she get any? You could have given us some impressions of something. You could have given us more about their lives. Have some point of technology or some point of something cross paths with Hank and how he's been, and give me anything to make this one. So, of the three, the second installment, I believe, is the weaker of them right now. This is as of this recording, I have not seen Ant-Man Quantumania yet. But I will soon. Anyway, so yeah, so I loved the fact that when they shrink the building, inside the building, he's built this machine and there's giant buttons, giant batteries, because all the ants function, and because when the thing shrinks and grows and shrinks and grows, they all shrink and grow with it. And when they're small, they got to build stuff up and use parts and things, whatever. Brilliant. I love what they're doing. And then there's this weird part where like she has somehow psychically, she being Janet van Dyne, psychically put a message in Scott's head when he was in the quantum realm in the first movie. And so then she kind of possesses him briefly and he's running around doing stuff. That part felt very hit or miss for me. So, I'm not against it, but I feel like they could have done better. I feel like we could have gotten better. So there you go. Now you know. If knowing's half the battle, halfway to being a know-it-all, yourself. So, what is the know-it-all index for Ant-Man and the Wasp? Ant-Man and the Wasp 2018 movie was it was a fun romp. Fun automatically propels you beyond average to me. So, but at the same time, but it wasn't as good as the first. No. I gave the first a 9. Truthfully, this was more like a 7.5. Yeah, this was a 7.5. So 7.5 for Ant-Man and the Wasp, brother. And yeah, so let me know, dude, comment below. Let me know your thoughts on the movie. Did you enjoy the movie? Did you like it? Are there things that you would have preferred to have seen? Are you excited for Ant-Man Quantumania? I know I'm super excited. Literally going to see it tonight at the midnight showing at my local theater, and which is not an AMC, though I have tickets for AMC, which sucks. So I have to go, but I gotta go to Regal. But yeah, no, I'm mainly because I got the tickets after I bought my tickets early. My theater nearby is a Regal, and but I won tickets for AMC for something else. Anyway, yeah, man. So comment. I'd love to know, guys. We'll talk to you very soon. I cannot wait to drop the Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania review. So, all right, guys. We'll talk soon. Never forget, everyone loves a know-it-all.